Here in Denmark, we have a saying. To make soup from a sausage peg. That's this. The little stick on the scrunched up bit left over at the end. But what does this saying mean? Well now, who better to ask than the mice? For our leftovers are their feasts. And it just so happens they're having their annual banquet tonight.
Well now, Miss Kitchen Mouse. Mouldy bread, rancid bacon rind, and cow's milk 3 weeks sour? Another excellent feast. And another huge sausage end, with a sausage peg too. Wherever did you get it from?
Oh, just an old storyteller friend, Your Highness.
No one too close, I hope. For after tonight's spread, I've a good mind to marry you.
Oh.
If you were a princess, I mean.
Talking of which, dear, it really is time you chose between these 3 eligible princesses. That is why I invited them here after all.
Look, can't we talk about something else, Mother?
I'm sorry, dear. You really must choose this year. Or stand down as king. You know the mouse rules.
Oh, very well. Respected rodents and venerable vermin, I have decided to choose who will be my queen by holding a contest. You all know the saying, soup from a sausage peg. Well, whosoever shall go out into the world and bring me back the recipe for this fabled soup shall be my bride. And according to our ancient law scrolls, all royal contests must be made open to everyone, whether highborn, common, or field mouse. Correct, Princess?
Yes, sir. That is the law, but...
Very well. Then I declare this contest open.
Oh.
So, ladies, who's first?
Oh, I am... Bye.
And so, the first mouse princess headed north, in search of the recipe the Mouse King had requested.
I am looking for a recipe because I want to make some soup out of a sausage peg.
Ah, soup, you see? From a sausage peg like this one, you see?
Garn! Never heard the like. Not round these parts. No how.
Oh.
Good moon to you, strange lady mouse.
Ooh.
I say, that happens to be just the thing we're looking for. Can we have it?
My sausage peg? Well, I do need it for my special quest, but I'll lend it to you if you like. Oh. The dew is made.
Good Miss Mouse. You have shown us kindness, so we have it within our power to grant you a wish.
Oh, I desire only to know the secret of making soup from my sausage peg.
But we've just shown you. We took your humble peg from the end of some sausage and used it to make something wonderful. That's what soup from a sausage peg means.
But I was hoping for a recipe for the soup itself.
Ooh. Look, I really must fly, but just so you don't go home completely empty-handed. Bye-bye, Miss Mouse. Bye-bye.
Oh.
Days passed, and the first Mouse Princess made her way back to the Mouse King court.
And so I could find no such recipe, Your Majesty. I may not be able to get soup from a sausage peg, but look what I can do!
Violets! I'm allergic to violets!
Oh!
Next!
Not knowing where to start, the second princess did the sensible thing and went to ask her wise old grandmother.
Soup from a sausage peg, eh? Then become a poet, dear. For poets cook up all kinds of food for thought out of the tiniest crumbs of ideas.
A poet? But how, Grandmother?
Wisdom, imagination, and feeling. Go out into the world and get those into you, dear, and you'll be on your way.
Then a poet I shall be.
Now go to the ant. Consider her ways and be wise.
You have come to the right place, Princess Mouse. For we ants are indeed the wisest, best organised creatures of all. See that clumsy oaf there? No one will help him because every ant is taught to think of two things only. Himself and how best to do exactly as I say.
So, who do I go to if I want to get the most wisdom into me?
Why, me, of course. For I am the source of all wisdom round here.
I see. Well, thanks very much. Wisdom tastes a bit like chicken.
Having gotten wisdom into her, the princess now went to the wood nymph in search of imagination.
Plucked from the wing of my fantasy friend, imagination himself, a poet's quill.
Oh, don't mind if I do.
And then lastly, to literally get feeling into her, she went back to the library, where she devoured every romantic novel.
First few chapters were great, but the ending needed more salt.
Eventually, she returned to the Mouse King's court.
And so, Your Majesty, the secret of getting soup from a sausage peg is me! For I am now a special poet. And I can cook up beautiful stories and songs. Thusly.
Next!
And so, the third Mouse Princess travelled to the other side of town.
Now, children, you're not starving. I fed you all earlier, so stop making so much soup out of a sausage peg.
Soup out of a sausage peg?
And so, she climbed up to find out more.
Hello? Did someone up here mention making soup from a sausage peg?
Well, hello there. I'm an owl. My children and I eat moles, voles, shrews, and mice.
Well, isn't that a coincidence? Because I'm a very rare kind of owl-eating mouse.
Well, I don't swallow that for one moment, Miss Mouse. But I admire your spirit. Come on in and meet the children. In you go.
Ooh! Oh!
So the mouse helped the owl train her children for life in the outside world.
Oh! Oh, that tickles!
No, children. Pounce with your feet, then peck with your beaks.
And in return, the owl told the mouse all she needed to know about making soup from a sausage peg. Back at the mouse court, the third princess told the king all she had learnt.
And so, Your Majesty, the truth is, no such actual recipe exists. It's just a saying, meaning everything and nothing, depending on how you use it.
Which means, dear, this whole contest itself has been soup from a sausage peg. So, you must choose a bride now, or stand down as king.
Very well, Mother. Well, I suppose I could use someone to do my paperwork for me.
Wait, Your Majesty. She's wrong. There is a recipe, and I know it.
You do, Miss Kitchen Mouse? Phew. Then by all means, show us.
In fact, there's only 3 ingredients to it, sire. The first is boiling water. The second, of course, is a sausage peg.
And the third? Well, child, out with it.
Royal mousetail, ma'am.
Oh!
You just stick your tail into the boiling water, keep swishing it round for an hour or so, and it makes the most delicious soup known to mousekind.
And you're sure it has to be royal mousetail?
Oh, yes, Your Highness. Only yours or the Queen Mother's will do.
Oh! Well, I, for one, am prepared to take her word for it. How about you, Mother?
Yes, well, we only wanted to know what the recipe is, didn't we? We don't have to taste it.
My thinking exactly, Mother. Which means Miss Kitchen Mouse has won the contest. Well, clever Miss Kitchen Mouse, will you be my queen?
Gladly, sire.
And the king married the kitchen mouse. And to this very day, mice the world over still argue about how this sausage peg soup might actually taste. Which is all a bit of a soup from a sausage peg in itself, don't you think? I've told you so many stories, but have you ever wondered where these stories actually come from? Well, the story I'm going to tell you today is a story about a story, and how that story came to be. It's all quite simple, really. You see, stories can come from the tiniest little thing.
All right, ladies, bedtime. Come on, then, come on.
Yeah.
Last one back in the coop's a rotten egg. Rotten egg, get it?
He thinks he's so funny. There goes another one. Funny how that works.
Oh!
With each feather I pluck, I get more beautiful.
What was that she said? Someone up above plucks out her feathers so she can be beautiful? Oh, that's just, of all the things, has she no shame? Lucy, wake up!
It's not Easter again, is it? I can't. Oh, dearie me, Gertie, what? What on earth is it?
I've got the most appalling thing to tell you.
Oh, what is it? Tell me, tell me, tell me.
Well, I'm not going to mention any names. You can probably guess anyway.
Ready for your good night story? All cuddled in and...
Shh! But one of the hens here intends to pluck out all her feathers, just so she can look better for, you know, him, the rooster.
Ew.
Well, I tell you, if I were him, you know, him, the rooster, I would find this the height of outrage. I would just find it so scandalous.
What is it, dear?
Oh,
What's going on?
did you hear what the chickens just said? I heard it with my own ears, and if these hadn't served me so well this far, I'd surely doubt them.
Well, what is it that's so amazing?
Apparently one of the chickens has gone berserk.
Berserk?
That's right, berserk.
How so?
She has so completely forgotten what it is to be a hen that she's plucked out all her feathers, so that the rooster can see her in all her goose pimples.
Ooh, good heavens, Martha. Not in front of the little ones. They shouldn't hear such things.
Of course, I'm sorry. But this is terribly exciting news. I have to tell someone. I'll be back.
That is such an amazing story.
I know. It's simply unbelievable. Wait! We're not going to eat you.
Have you heard? Have you heard? Twoo! There's this raving mad hen who lost her head and has plucked out all her feathers.
Just so she can show off her pimply body for the rooster.
And now she's bound to freeze to death.
If she is not frozen already. Twoo!
Already frozen chicken?
Where? Right there in the next farm. I have as good as seen it myself.
It is almost unbecoming to tell the story.
But we feel obligated to pass it on.
If only as a warning to others.
Indeed, indeed. Hey, chickens! You have to hear this. There's a chicken. Actually, I heard there were two who've plucked out all their feathers just so they could attract the rooster.
Yes? So what?
Well, it's very dangerous if you think about it, because you can easily catch a cold and die from fever.
Oh, yes!
Yes, and that's why, as it happens, both of them are close to dying, all because of that stupid rooster.
Well, that does sound like a bit of news. And all because the rooster told them to pluck out all their feathers. It's tragic, I'll tell you. It's a scandal.
Well, that's unbelievable. Something must be done at once. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Wake up! Wake up! The most incredible thing has just happened. 5 chickens who were all in love with the same rooster plucked out all their feathers to impress him, and now they have all caught the most dreadful disease. And all because they wanted to impress this one rooster. This is a horrible story, but must not be kept a secret. Go and pass it on.
Pass it on! Pass it on!
Pass it on! Pass it on!
Pass it on! Pass it on! But wait!
What did the rooster do then?
All night long, the story spread like wildfire, changing in the telling every time it was repeated.
Did you hear that crazy story about those chickens?
Oh, what about them?
Apparently a dozen of them went barking mad and ripped out all their feathers.
Oh, ready plucked chickens.
I know.
Makes my mouth water.
I'll say. But you know why they did it?
Apparently they did it to impress the rooster.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Chickens are strange.
Or maybe they just wanted to look more like us.
Like us? Then again, maybe they're not so strange after all.
So then, these chickens, it must have been over 30, all went up to the rooster.
And then what?
Well, they wanted to know which one of them the rooster prefers.
But do you know what the rooster did?
Go on, tell me.
The rooster turned around to them and...
What the rooster said was, while I appreciate all you've gone through, I'm afraid I won't pick any of you.
What? Why?
Because I prefer my chickens with their feathers still on them.
So then what did the chickens do?
Well, that's a whole other story. You see, then the chickens started to pluck out all their feathers.
You don't say! That is such an amazing story!
I know! It's simply unbelievable. Even more so than the last one.
But no matter how far a story travels, it always comes right back to where it started.
I say, chicken, wake up!
What? What is it?
I have the most amazing story to tell you.
Wait! I've one for you too. There's a chicken here who intends to pluck out all her feathers just so she can...
That's nothing! Wait till you hear this one.
Oh? No! Wake up! Everyone! Something amazing has just happened! 96 hens have plucked out all their feathers to impress the rooster! And then, when the rooster turned his beak up at them all, they left the town in shame. So, now there are 96 of them. No! Over 100 even, all running around, stark giblet naked. Oh, the shame! Their poor families.
Even Emma, who had started everything with her little remark, didn't recognize the story it had become.
What an amazing story! And what a bunch of deranged chickens.
It's quite a story, all right. Really outrageous. I wonder if it's true.
It must be true. And everyone must hear this story as a warning. I'm going to make sure that this gets into all the papers all over the country.
And that is the story of how a story becomes a story. And, as it says here, in black and white, it's all quite true.